Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm gonna take you guys through my workout this morning. I'm gonna take you guys through what I eat before my workout, and then after we're gonna make a little post breakfast together as well. And yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some tips and fitness stuff and nutrition stuff and just like basically what I do to see more progress and just things that I've learned along the way as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video and make sure to like and subscribe so you guys never miss a video. I am having here I just made some power muffins last week. So I froze some of them. So they're actually about 10 grams of protein. There's a bunch of nuts in here and some seeds, dried apricots. It's really, really good. Protein powder. You can find the recipe in my March recipe book that is now on my website. And then I just made some eggs and egg whites as you saw. I'm really trying to focus on my protein right now, especially early in the morning. It's actually really good to get high protein breakfast in you. This is gonna help you with your cortisol level, your hormones, everything like that. It's just gonna help balance out. And because there's not any sugar in like what I'm eating first thing in the morning, there is some natural sugar in here with the dried fruit and some maple syrup. But other than that, like it's not super high in sugar, which is really good for obviously the balance of your body. So this is gonna be my pre-workout snack slash little meal. I try and have about 5-ish meals a day just to kind of help balance out. And again, just really making sure I'm hitting my protein. I just increased my calories the other day because we are in a building phase. We are trying to grow the glutes, and to get that, we have to eat more. If you're someone like me, I have struggled for so long, like just trying to eat food. I know like in your mind, you're like, oh, like I want to lose weight or I want to look better. And like that means less food. However, I see way more progress. I feel way more better in my body when I actually allow myself to eat more. And I say allow myself because I'm still working on that mindset. It's definitely way better than it used to be. But sometimes I catch myself thinking like, that's a lot of food. Like we shouldn't be eating this much. So again, it's just like taking it day by day and making sure that I am eating enough and I'm allowing myself to do so. And having small meals throughout the day also really helped me. I don't want to say small meals because I don't really have small meals, but I'm eating enough calories that I don't like heavy big meals. It's not like small meals, I would say. I'd say like 300 to 400 calories per meal. And I have that about 5 times a day. One meal is usually a bit bigger and stuff like that. Anyway, this isn't about calories, so I don't know why we're talking about it. All right, so we're gonna make our gym cocktail and then we're gonna hit the gym. I like to have my pre-workout and creatine, usually like when I'm doing my mobility or my cardio. So let's make it. So when it comes to the branding of the products I'm using today, I just tried something new last time and I'm not really a fan, to be honest. So I'm not really gonna talk about it. So first of all, I'm adding a scoop of the pre-workout and this is my creatine. So I'm adding a scoop of this. I'm pretty new into the creatine world. I literally just started taking it probably like this year, like in 2024. So it's only been like 2 months maybe. I didn't really realize how beneficial creatine was. So I'm gonna share what I didn't know with you in case you're looking for something to help you elevate your workouts as well. Because I know for a fact that this is definitely helping me become stronger. It's kind of crazy. I can feel the difference in my body when I'm lifting. I am definitely less tired in my reps. So I'm actually able to lift heavier and longer as opposed to having my muscles be like more weaker and feeling not weaker, but being more fatigued throughout my workout. So creatine has definitely helped me power through. And in that case, it helps me see better progress because I have those extra reps and extra weight added from more energy in my muscles. It's also really good for recovery as well. And I also read somewhere that it helps with your brain, like your neurology and some brain health. I don't know too much about that, so I'm not gonna touch base on that. Not a doctor. Again, still very new to the creatine world, but I just kind of wanted to share my experience because I was super hesitant. Starting off with half a scoop is something I would recommend doing for your body to adjust. That's what I did. Well, I first started off full-blown scoop and then I was like, I'm not loving this. Cut it back half a scoop for about a few weeks and then I upped it to a full scoop and now I'm feeling great on it. So anyway, that being said, let's go work out. There's no one in the gym right now, which I absolutely love. So we're gonna try and mic this workout. Mic up this workout. Oh, mic up. We're mic'd up. Let's just put it that way. We're mic'd up. So we're gonna do 10, 15 minutes of cardio, just on a slight incline. Get those leggies warmed up, do 10-minute mobility, and then get this workout going. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna do a dynamic warm up, a little bit of mobility, just to get those muscles ready and primed for what is about to go down, because it is gonna be violent and it's gonna be great, and we're gonna feel so freaking good after, because truthfully, my mental health really needs it right now. So let's get this warm out going. So we have to make sure that they are dynamic exercises, which means that you're constantly moving. Static exercises are what you do post-workout, where you're holding it, stretching those muscles, bringing those muscles back to its starting point. So let's get those muscles warmed up. So I always like to start with a deep lunge, really pushing that knee forward. Obviously, you're not going to hold it here, so we're going to kind of like bounce it out a little bit, kind of get deeper into each rep, into each bounce. So coming back and then going back and even deeper. It's okay if your heel comes off the ground. We're really trying to get into that hip, into the hip abductors as well on the other side. All right, and then once that feels good for you, then just come back, make sure that knee is 90-degree angle with that ankle, and then you're just going to drop that knee to the side and then back up. Again, just opening up those hip flexors. We're going to do some squats today. Also, we hold a lot of stress in our hips, so it's really, really good to actually stretch them out every day. All right, and then switching sides. All right, and then getting into all fours, we're getting into some hip rotation, making sure your hands are planted right underneath your shoulder blades, support your shoulders, and that your knees are at a 90-degree angle with your glute. You're gonna bring that knee out and around. So it's like you're doing standing hip rotations, except for here you're being supported with your hands. I also just really like this exercise. I feel like I can open up my hips even more by bringing my knee higher. Make sure you're keeping those hips aligned so you really focus on getting in that hip and that you're not opening it up. All right, and get back up to standing. All right, so we are doing a hammy day today. So we're gonna focus on also like warming up our hamstrings. So planting our hands on the ground, we're gonna do some tuck to pikes. So fully extending those legs, keeping a micro bend in those knees. You don't wanna lock them ever. And then getting into a sumo squat position, you're gonna lock those elbows into your knees. We're gonna kind of do the same thing that we just did. We're gonna extend those legs. However, when we come down, we're gonna really sit down and then move side to side, getting into those hip flexors, okay? This feels so good. And then extending, giving those hip flexors a break, and coming back down. You lift those toes to help you sink deeper into those hips. Slowly extending. Should always be like leaving your warm up feeling really, really good and like ready for what's to come. If you're not feeling ready, then I guarantee you, if you take a few more minutes just to finish warming up, you're gonna have that much better of a workout. All right, and then we're gonna finish off with some hamstring scoops and then some butt kicks on the other side on the way back. Okay, so we're gonna start off with some RDLs. I like to do one set without any dumbbells just to really focus in and dial in on my form. And then after that, I'm gonna add the plates, get my working sets going. I'm really gonna focus on bending my knees throughout this exercise because I really wanna focus on my glutes. My glutes are pretty stubborn compared to my hamstrings. I honestly have really great hamstrings. So I'm trying to build my glutes actively. So really bending at my knees to focus on my glutes more, just allowing that range of motion to be wider than just that slight bend that you normally would do in a RDL hamstring bias.
And then just making sure you're keeping your core engaged and that you're keeping your head aligned with your spine, that you're not looking up at yourself in the mirror as you're going down. Really focus on keeping that neck and spine in that alignment. Someone came in the gym, so I'm just going to do a voiceover for you guys. So the next exercise we did was a barbell good morning. I absolutely love this exercise. So really making sure that you're keeping your core engaged here because it's so easy to injure your lower back if you're not keeping your core engaged. So you want to bring those hips back, keeping that slight bend in those knees, and then squeezing your glutes to lift yourself back up to standing. Same thing with the RDL. You don't want to round your back as you stand up. You just want to make sure you're keeping your core engaged and you're standing upright. Squeeze those glutes as well. Next up, we have some curtsy lunges. So I like to stick to one side and really dial in on my form. As you can see, I am slow and controlled and really focusing on making sure that my glutes are getting hit properly. And what I mean by that is not shifting my hips. I used to, when I would step back, move my hips. However, I've noticed now keeping them in alignment and wrapping that leg around actually targets my gluteus medius even more. And because I am doing a body recomp at the moment, that is the stage I'm at in my fitness journey, I really want to focus on growing my glutes, and that I also need to grow the hourglass shape, which is your outer glutes, which is your gluteus medius. So that is what the curtsy lunges are for in this workout today. So really making sure that you're utilizing the foot that's planted on the ground. The leg that's actually wrapping around you is pretty much just there for support. You really want to use that leg that's planted on the ground to lift yourself back up. So use those glutes to actively lift yourself back up to standing. That is the key here. And make sure you are taking a break in between of your sides, because this is a workout that you're using both legs. You do want to be able to have enough power in both legs and both sides to work evenly. So just taking that little mini break in between legs is going to be super beneficial. All right, we gotta take those rings off because we have a heavy dumbbell. I don't know about you guys, but I always have to take my index finger rings off because they just always get in the way when I'm using dumbbells. All right, so the other part of our superset is our sumo squat. So bring those feet farther apart. You're going to have your toes slightly pointed outwards, which is gonna help hit your glutes even more. You're gonna lean forward, which is also opening up that range of motion in those glutes. And you're gonna keep your core engaged, making sure that you're going nice and slow, nice and controlled movements like you see that I'm doing, and squeezing your glutes to lift yourself back up. Honestly, the game changer for me and my glute growth is using my glutes to lift myself back up in all my lower body exercises. Just intentionally using those muscles. All right, and then we're gonna finish off with some leg curls with the exercise ball. I was going to use the machine, but I wanted to challenge myself a little bit differently today. And honestly, both ways are just as effective. Just making sure you're going nice and slow and really focusing on keeping those glutes elevated here in this exercise is honestly such a burner. It feels so good on the glutes and your hamstrings. Make sure to go, again, nice and slow, controlled movements, keep those hips elevated and core engaged. All right, we are back from the gym. Oh my gosh, a good workout is a good workout. Like, I feel like you just never regret a workout, ever. Anyway, so we're gonna make some granola together. I personally love making my own granola. It only takes about 20 minutes in the oven, and I get to choose my own ingredients. I get to make sure, if I want higher protein, if I want chocolate, if I want cinnamon, like whatever flavor I want, I get to choose. And that's what's the best thing about making your own. And honestly, it just doesn't take long at all. So I'm gonna make a few batches all at the same time rather than just make one at a time, obviously. So we're gonna make a cinnamon honey granola, and then we're gonna whip that up with some protein, yogurt, and some berries. Just super easy for our post-workout meal, but you got some nourishing carbs in there, protein, and some berries, and there's some fat in there as well. So just a really nice, well-balanced breakfast post-workout. Let's go make it. Oh my god, did you guys see how good that is? That freaking granola looks? Look at that. So good. I don't want it to fall. I don't want to waste it. But yeah, that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed working out with me and getting some tips and how I train and some post and pre-workout stuff as well. So if you like this video, if you like this kind of video, if you want to see more workouts, if you want to see stuff like that, just comment below. I obviously want to know your input and what I should be making more of. I need a bite. I'm so hungry. You guys, it's not even funny. Leg day, I always get so hungry because I lift so much heavier. Anyway. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. We'll see you on the next one.